Oh, jump in the box. Oh. Mac Studio, hello guys, welcome to Mac Studio. I don't like cats going and attacking my Mac Studio.
And also bought this, a new Magic keyboard, so that is very
nice.
Since I used to play games, I had a Windows PC, but as I slowly started to move into content creation and video, well, I still had a PC. And in the beginning, it worked just fine, I guess, but as the codecs became more and more demanding, well, my PC really began to struggle. And here am I today, sitting with a Mac Studio right behind me. Did it solve my problems though? Well, let's talk about it. I wanted better video editing performance, and that's where this Mac comes in really well. If you're using codecs which are supported by the media engine, like H.265, H.264 and ProRes, well, no problems at all. It just doesn't slow down. You can put a few layers of clips and it's not gonna slow down. But if you're using something which isn't supported by the media engine, well, you're gonna have a tough time. Now, should you go for the 32 core or the 24 core? Cause the 32 core is only $200 more. Well, I went for the 24 core because instead of wasting the money on cores you're never gonna use, most people aren't gonna use them very well, save the $200 and put that into extra RAM. It's gonna make the machine last way longer than buying just 8 more cores on your GPU. You don't have to agree with me, but I would much rather do that, and that's why I did it. But you don't have to, because everything else is the same. The CPU cores, the media engine, the neural engine, like everything is the same. It's just 8 more GPU cores, which you're probably not gonna use. Now, coming from a Windows PC, which generates a lot of heat and also is quite loud actually, well, this one doesn't. It just doesn't heat up, doesn't sound anything. I can edit hours on hours of Premiere and After Effects and it doesn't slow down and it doesn't generate any heat at all. It's actually colder than my hands. I made a little skit about it. It's very bad, but let's roll a clip.
Oh, it is so warm. I'm so hot. I would love to have an AC right now. Oh, it's so cold. Oh my god, let's go.
I find this very impressive. It's honestly the most impressive part about this computer. Quite insane, va? I mean, yeah, the fans are always on, but you can't really hear them. That's not a problem, and it doesn't go above that pretty much ever when you're editing videos or something similar. As many of you know, I had a Macbook Pro for a short period of time. With that, you had pretty good port selection, to be completely honest. It didn't have any USB-A ports, which was the most disappointing thing for me at least. Well, I needed me some USB-A ports, so guess what? The Mac Studio has USB-A ports, yeah! Because if you're coming from a PC, you know, you have a lot of USB-A stuff, so you need USB-A ports on USB-A ports. 2 USB-A ports, not enough for my use. Still a very good touch and a good choice of Apple. And coming from a PC, you know, it is very small. So I have mine right over there. As you can see, it doesn't take up much space at all. My old PC though, well, it would take up like woof. So I like the design very much, and also like if you're using it in a space where you wouldn't normally use a computer, I think this one actually fits in very well because it's just such a nice and sleek design compared to many of the Windows desktops I've seen and used myself. So back to the main question, did this Mac Studio solve my problems that I had with my old PC when it comes to video editing, etc. and content creation? My last PC limited my creativity because it was just slow. I couldn't work with the footage how I wanted, but with this computer though, well, I've tried editing and this new computer doesn't limit my creativity in any way, other than it's like new commands and stuff with the new keyboard. Other than that, no, it doesn't limit my creativity. And to everyone who says, oh, you don't need 64 gigabytes of RAM, shut the flip up. So yeah, I do recommend the Mac Studio. Buy it now,